In this session, we are going to learn about the logarithmic mean temperature difference LMTD of a parallel flow heat exchanger. Now here, let us consider there is a heat exchanger like this, in which cold fluid is flowing here in the outer tube. So the cold fluid inlet temperature is taken as Tc1 and cold fluid exit temperature is Tc2. Now, as this is a parallel flow heat exchanger, let us consider the hot fluid is also flowing in the same direction as the cold fluid. So hot fluid inlet temperature is Th1 and exit temperature is Th2. Now, if we draw a graph between temperature versus length of this heat exchanger, now the hot fluid inlet temperature will be the highest temperature of all these four temperatures. So, as this is on the left hand side, suppose if you consider this as the starting point, so you will take Th1, the highest temperature here, and as the hot fluid is moving in this particular direction, it exchanges heat with the cold fluid. As a result of that, the hot fluid temperature decreases to Th2. Now, the cold fluid inlet temperature is the lowest temperature. So, let us consider Tc1 here. This is also on the left hand side. So, you will take Tc1 here. As the cold fluid is moving towards the right, so there will be an increase in the temperature to Tc2. So, Tc2 is the temperature of the cold fluid on the other side. Now, in order to do this LMTD analysis, first let us consider a small elemental area in this particular heat exchanger. So, let me take that elemental area as dA here. So, this is the elemental area that we are considering and it is taken as dA. Now, the temperature of the hot fluid at the beginning, this is Th, and temperature of the cold fluid is Tc. Now, let us consider Th minus Tc is equal to theta. So, that implies we can take dTh minus dTc is equal to d theta. As Th minus Tc is theta, now here you can consider theta 1 as Th1 minus Tc1, and on this side you can take theta 2 is equal to Th2 minus Tc2. Now, here the drop in temperature of the hot fluid in this elemental area, let us consider this as dTh, whereas the gain in temperature of the cold fluid in this elemental area, let us consider this as dTc. Now, the heat lost by the hot fluid in the element, let us consider it as dQ, which is minus mH Cph, specific heat of the fluid, into dTh. So, this is within this particular elemental area, how much is the amount of heat drop in the hot fluid. So, this will be equal to the heat gained by the cold fluid in this particular elemental area. So, mc Cpc dTc. Now, this will be equal to overall heat transfer coefficient multiplied by area of the element into hot fluid temperature minus cold fluid temperature. Now, mass of hot fluid into specific heat of hot fluid, this product can be written as heat capacity of the hot fluid, capital CH, into dTh. So, this will be equal to capital Cc, which is the heat capacity of the cold fluid, into dTc. This is equal to U dA into theta. Because Th minus Tc, we have considered it as theta here. Now, if we consider these two, dq is equal to minus ch into dth, dq is equal to minus ch into dth. So from this, dth can be written as minus dq by ch, and similarly if you take dq is equal to capital Cc into dtc, then from this you can write dtc is equal to dq by cc. Now dth minus dtc can be written as minus dq by ch minus dq by cc. Now if I take minus dq common here, then it becomes 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. Now dth minus dtc we have considered it as d theta. So this will be equal to minus, instead of this dq we can write u dA into theta. So therefore minus u dA into theta into 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. Now let us take this theta to the left hand side. So this becomes d theta by theta is equal to minus u dA into 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. On integration, we get ln theta within the limits 1 to 2. This is equal to minus u into integration of dA will be a into 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. So this can be written as ln theta 2 minus ln theta 1. This is equal to minus ua into 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. Log m minus log n can be written as log m by n. So therefore we can write ln theta 2 minus ln theta 1 as ln theta 2 by theta 1. This is equal to minus ua into 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. Now we know that heat lost by hot fluid can be written as mass of hot fluid, specific heat of hot fluid into hot fluid inlet temperature minus exit temperature. So this can be written as capital CH into TH1 minus TH2. Let us consider this heat lost by hot fluid as Q. Then heat gained by cold fluid. So whatever is the heat lost by the hot fluid, that will be gained by the cold fluid. So this will be MC CPC into TC2 minus TC1. We can write this as capital CC into TC2 minus TC1. Now from this, if you take this particular expression, 1 by CH will be TH1 minus TH2 by Q, and 1 by CC will be TC2 minus TC1 by Q. Substituting these two in this particular equation, we get ln theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus UA into TH1 minus TH2 by Q plus TC2 minus TC1 by Q. I can take Q common outside, so therefore this can be written as ln theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus UA by Q into TH1 minus TH2 plus TC2 minus TC1. Now let us write this as TH1 minus TC1 If I take minus common in these two terms, then it becomes TH2 minus TC2. So we have written TH1 minus TC1 here as theta 1 and TH2 minus TC2 as theta 2. So substituting them here, minus UA by Q into theta 1 minus theta 2. So this can be written as UA by Q into theta 2 minus theta 1. And finally, heat transfer Q will be UA into theta 2 minus theta 1 by ln theta 2 by theta 1. So this is the formula for heat transfer, and this theta 2 minus theta 1 by ln theta 2 by theta 1 is called the logarithmic mean temperature difference, which can also be represented as theta m here. Now, we can also write this theta m like this: theta 1 minus theta 2 by ln theta 1 by theta 2, or theta 2 minus theta 1 by ln theta 2 by theta 1, where theta 1 is TH1 minus TC1 and theta 2 is TH2 minus TC2.